Hey, my name is Daffy and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will share with you how to get started with Bash, and we will basically learn how to navigate the shell. So before I talk about few commands which will help you navigate through the shell, let's talk about the shell itself. So in most of the Linux system, we are using Bash, and the Bash stands for Born Again Shell, which is an enhanced version of the original Unix shell program. But what is shell? So a shell is simply a program interface that allows users to interact with the operating system. It simply takes command from a keyboard and tells the operating system what to do. And back in the days, it was the only user interface available on Unix-like systems such as Linux. But nowadays, we have something like GUIs and CLIs, which stands for Command Line Interface. And Born Again Shell is simply an enhanced version of the original Unix shell program. And it was written by Steve Born. That's why it was called Born Again Shell. Yeah. So how you get started with the shell, you will have to open your terminal. So the terminal will allow you to interact with the shell, and the shell will text whatever command you tell it, and it will pass it to the operating system so that it can be interpreted. I'm using Ubuntu, and if you are using Windows operating system, you may install Ubuntu. You may use virtual machines and Vagrant so that you can have the Ubuntu environment. So I have opened my terminal, and the first thing first, in order to know that we are in and what bash we are using, you can type one command, which is which bash. So when you hit enter, it will tell you you're using bash shell. All right. So another way to do that, you can type anything and hit enter. Okay. So the terminal tells you that there is no such command, which is by design. And when you use the up arrow key, it will recall whatever you typed. So this is the good sign that you are in the terminal. Okay. Yeah, so that's good. So I will clear the screen by typing clear. It will remove whatever. Now I will take you through few commands which will help us navigate through the shell. How you navigate through the shell. The first of all, it is pwd. The pwd, actually it prints the user current working directory. So I will show you how it works. And if I type ls and I indicate the path, it will print a list of whatever is within that specified directory. And the directory is simply a folder. It's like a folder which contains whatever the files you have, file of your project or whatever. So if I type cd and then I indicate the path, it will change the current working directory. And if I type dot, it means the current directory, and the double dots, it will means one step above the current working directory. Okay, so let's go to our terminal. Let me show you. So if I want to know what is the current working directory, I'll just simply type pwd parent working directory and hit enter. Okay, it will tell me you are in this directory. Oh, that's good. So what if I want to know whatever is within that directory? I will simply use ls. It will list all the files which are within this working directory. If I hit enter, oh, so I got all these files. All these files and folders are within this working directory, which is the current working directory. All right. So what if I want to create a directory? Okay, to do that, I'll simply make directory. I'll simply mk directory, and then I'll provide the name, maybe my directory, and hit enter. Okay. How do I know it has been created? I'm simply going to use ls. ls will list all the files which are within the current working directory. Okay, So let's see if we already created a directory. Okay, we have my directory, which has been created using mk directory, and then we provided the name of that directory which we want to create. So we have it. So what if we want to go inside that directory which we created? So we simply gonna use cd. It will change the current working directory to whatever path you provide. So here I'm going to provide a path which is my directory. Remember, this my directory is within the current working directory. Okay, so cd my directory, it will take me into my directory. Hit enter. Okay, so you can see it has changed to my directory. And if you want to prove that, you simply type what is the current working directory, what is current working directory, which is pwd, which prints the current working directory. If I hit enter, it will tell me, okay, you're within home/Duffy, and then you are within this my directory. Okay, so I'm in. Okay, remember, we don't have any file within this directory which we created. Now, to know if there is a file, simply type ls. Nothing to present because we created nothing. Okay, so what if we want to create a file within this directory? Okay, there is a command called touch, and then the file name, I'll say file1.txt. I'll hit enter. Okay, how do I know it has been created? I'm going to use ls to list whatever is within this current working directory. ls, voila, so we have file1.txt. the file has been created. Okay, so it is simply like that. So how do I go back to where I started this directory? Okay, you can move back. Remember, we entered into one step, so we can go back one step. So I'll type cd, which will change the current working directory to whatever path I provide. So I'll say cd, and then I'll go to ... which will move me one step. Okay, it will take me from this my directory and take me one step back. Okay, if I hit enter, voila, I'm back into the original working directory. If I want to know where am I, I'll say pwd. It will tell me, okay, you're home, and then your current working directory is pwd. And if I list all the files, you will see we have our folder here called my directory, which we created using mk directory, and then we provided the name of the directory. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the directory we created, which I will use cd, and then I'll provide the directory, which is my directory. Okay, I'm gonna hit enter. Okay, where am I? I'll just use pwd. Okay, I'm inside my directory. Okay, if I list all the files, I'll get the file I have. What if I want to remove that file which I created? Oh, okay, I will simply type rim, which means remove, and then I'll provide the file name, which is file1.txt. I'm gonna hit enter. Okay, how do I know it has been removed? Simply list all the files, ls, and then hit enter. Nothing to display. Why? Because it has been removed. Simply like that. So we basically saw how to print the current working directory, how to list the files, how to make a directory, and how to list the file which are within this current working directory, how to navigate from one folder to another, and then we saw how to create a file and how to remove it. I think for today, let me end there, and then I'll see you on the next one. If you have any question, do not hesitate to leave a comment below, and I'll see you on the next one, and thank you for watching.